Hi guys, this is A Ride with Roland. I'm Roland, and today I'm gonna give you 10 steps how to winterize your motor. So let's jump right into this. It is a bit windy in here, and so I hope the audio will be correct. I'm not sure. I hope so, because otherwise I must do it again. And it takes so many hours to make a movie. Some riders will ride all 4 seasons, and some riders only in the summer months. I used to ride only in the summer months, but now I'm actually riding through the whole year. Except for when there's ice on the road, because I'm not gonna risk my bike. Today it's actually November and it's very sunny. When you're stalling your bike for a whole season, it's nice that after the season you can ride it again and that it looks as pretty as that it was and that it actually starts and runs smooth. I'm gonna give you these 10 steps, so you are gonna be sure that that will be the case. Step number 1. First thing you must do to winterize your motorcycle is you go to the nearest gas station you can find and you fill her up completely to the top. And then you drive straight home, not doing another 100 kilometers. You need to fill her up because gasoline attracts moisture. And moisture is not good for your engine, it's not good for your tank, it's not good for anything actually. If you fill it up completely, there is no room for moisture and you will be fine. Make sure you also fill her up with a premium gasoline. I think in Europe we have this E5 and E10. Fill her up with E5, or even better if you can find gasoline without ethanol. I don't know. It is more expensive, but it's not that expensive. And it will save you a lot of mechanics in the future, I guess. So fill her up with E5 gasoline, then you go straight home. And then we go straight into point number 2. What you're gonna do next is you're gonna clean the bike. You're gonna give it a good clean. You make sure that every dirt that's on the bike is gone. Because they will give corrosion, they will destroy your paint. And it's very hard after a few months to get it off the bike. So the best thing is to do it now. Make the bike proper clean and you're sure next season it's gonna look awesome again. Oh yeah, almost forget. When you clean the bike and you dried it, just let it run for a few minutes so all the moisture can get out of the exhaust, etc. Step number 3. It is best to change the oil at the end of the season and not in the beginning of the season. Because oil also attracts moisture and kind of stuff, and that will get into your engine and it will sit there in your engine for months. Best thing to do is change the oil, and when the season comes again, the riding season comes again, you're ready to rock and roll and your engine have this great new oil. I will bring out a new video every week and it's all gonna be motorcycle related stuff. I don't get any money for this, I'm just doing this out of my free will to help you guys out with all my tips and experience I have as a rider for 25 years. That's why you also don't see any commercials. So if you like it, please subscribe and also remember hit the bell, because then you get a notification when I bring out a new video. Up to point number 4. If you have a chain, make sure you clean the chain and then lubricate it again. Give it a good amount of grease and she will hold fine the winter. Point number 5. Is this 5? I guess so. Point number 5, make sure on your bike you put some protection on all the metal parts. You can do this with sprays. There are special sprays for that kind of stuff. There are like silicone sprays. You can just use a little bit grease on it to make sure you won't get corrosion. So it's very important that like chrome and all that kind of stuff, that you give it some kind of wax, because that will protect your chrome for corrosion. And you know, a bike with not looking good chrome doesn't look good. Also wax your plastics and she will look beautiful when you take her out of the garage over a few months. Point number 6. It is smart actually to use some contact spray and treat all the electronic parts of your bike. Spray a little bit in it, on it, between it. That will also protect for corrosion. Buy a spray can of contact spray and try to treat as many electronic parts you can find with this contact spray. It is actually very good for it, and it will definitely protect all your electronic parts, because you don't want corrosion there. Because electronic problems are a really difficult problem for the bike, and they're very difficult to solve. So save yourself a lot of trouble. Just buy a bottle of contact spray and make sure everywhere you can find a little hole, just put a little bit into it. She will run nicely. No, there's a lot of wind now. I think I must scream, but you cannot hear me. Point number 7. It is actually a very smart plan to cover up your holes, your air intakes of the bike, and the exhaust. You can put on the exhaust just a plastic bag with a rubber band, and you can put something into the air intakes. Why? Because there will be moisture also in it, and you can save also a little bit of trouble by just cover it up so there is no room for moisture in your bike. Point number 8. If it's possible, put your bike on the center stand. And if you have a paddock stand, that will be very good, so you can lift the tires from the ground. With my bike it's not possible, but you can do something else to protect your tires a little bit. You just put a little bit more air into them. So like you got normally like 2.5 bar in a tire, then you put like 2.8 in it. Don't put 10 bars in your tire because it will explode. Why is this important? Because otherwise, when your bike is sitting for a long time still, your tire will be flat on that point. So when you drive, you feel dung 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 dung. You don't want that dung 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 dung. So you can save yourself a lot of trouble if you don't have a paddock stand and a center stand. Just put a little bit more air into the tire. And once in a while, just try to move the bike a little bit. If you can move it like 20 centimeters, that will be also a good solution. Just every few weeks, try to roll the bike a little bit. It's not sitting on one point the whole time. Let's go to point number 9. The battery. Battery drains every day 1%. But when a battery is completely dead, you got a problem. Because a dead battery can be a broken battery. When a battery is dead, there is a chance that you cannot get it back to life. And if you can, it will not be the same as how it was. Best thing you can do, if it's possible, you take out the battery of the bike and you put it to a battery tender. Is it called a battery tender? Charger. But make sure you got a decent battery charger. You don't want one who is just charging and then the battery will explode. You want an intelligent charger who actually maintains the battery during this period, and then the battery will be fine. If you don't do it, trust me, it won't start. Then we come to point number 10. What you're gonna do is you want to cover up your bike. You just cover the bike up with a nice blanket or a sheet or some other soft clothes, so there won't be dust on it. So when you take it off end of the winter season, you got a bike like it's coming out of the showroom. You don't have to do anything and you can just ride. If your bike is actually sitting outside, make sure your cover is really made for outside. Don't use an inside kind of cover. Don't buy the cheapest one. Buy a good one if your bike is standing outside, because it is very important, because the weather outside is really a pain in the ass. It is gonna be not so sweet with your bike. I've got one bonus tip even. If you put it in a garage or whatever, I don't know what the name is actually in English, but I will show you a picture. These guys you put under your bike and it will suck the moisture out of the air. It's a moisture sucker. I don't know what the name is. If you follow these 10 steps, your bike will be in an excellent condition next year, so you can drive a lot of miles again. So, and I hope you know what to do now to prepare your bike for the upcoming winter. This was not so funny, eh? So you know what? I'm gonna throw in the bloopers after this shot. And remember, if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Hi guys, this is The Ride with Roland. I am Roland, and today I'm gonna share with you 10 steps how to get your... Before you winterize, if you can fill it up with shit. Just now. Where everything is next point definitely will protect your electricity circuit. So save yourself a lot of trouble. Just buy a bottle of contact. When you ja. Ja, het is prachtig.